Celeste, and I'm here with my husband, Sebastian, and with my son, Camilo. We are a traveling family. Well, this idea came to us like most of the ideas in the right moment when it had to come up. But we did give it some thought for a while. We had always liked traveling, but we have always done it in the traditional way. So doing this was like a really big step, saying, okay, we're leaving our jobs, leaving our home, leaving our family behind for some time, and just going away on this adventure. Our idea was to slow down our lives, and with this car we sure did that. It is a Ford A from the year 1928.
There is something always that is about to break, or something that needs some grease or some adjustment. And if you don't do it right away, things are going to start to pile up, because it is definitely a car that needs constant maintenance.
We got this car because my husband exchanged it for a new car that he had.
Sometimes in this part in front, it happens that water gets inside, and in that case we have to go through the terrible experience of getting wet with little drops of rain. The steering wheel is on the right side, which is very good because I can't drink a beer while I drive, and my wife will be the one getting a ticket.
A year ago we left Argentina. We parted from a little town called Santa Clara del Mar that is located in the coast of the country. We traveled around all the north of the country, we hadn't been there before, and then we headed to Paraguay. Then Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and then there from Cartagena we got on board to Panama. We traveled through Central America and finally we got to Mexico.
Well, Camilo is currently going through his corporal expression and energy burst. You can see him, he's over there with a stick that he found, and he's playing something with his imaginary friends. I would like to believe they are imaginary. And well, later he will be more calm and he will get back to reading. He was just reading before, but as he has to be still for such a long time, he has a lot of accumulated energy ready to be released. I think this trip is an incredible learning experience, and it doesn't compare. The fact that we are traveling, meeting interesting people, beautiful places, that he can get some knowledge about geology when a tourist guide explains to us, or geography, and the social experience that he's having, being exposed to flavors, languages. It doesn't compare with just being sitting down in a desk at school, listening to a teacher that is just following a program.
Good, and it feels good, and that's it. It's impossible to say just one experience because there are thousands. Brazil? The rivers. The Rio Bonito. Each country was magical in its own way, you know? I remember the happiness when we arrived to Bonito, because for the first time we arrived to a place full of water, and like very in Brazil, you know? A very touristic place. But I also remember Bolivia, that we had trouble breathing, but it was such a beautiful experience to go through that place. And well, each country was magical. And well, when we arrived to Mexico, we ran into such wonderful people that we had already been discovering since we got to Central America.
I think a landscape can be very beautiful, the specific weather in one place, but getting to know other people is something, at least for us, it's something so pleasant.
Along the way, people say hello to you, they beep their car, and And well, when we are not going on, people approach us to take pictures, to talk to us, and well, there's always people who can't believe we are actually traveling in this car. They ask, "Are you really coming in this car?"
I think most of the times we have been successful,
We've been surprised for good.
but we have had some failures, if we can call them failures, in places where everybody had told us everything was going to be okay. They had said, you're not going to have any problems here, and we had them all. The constant problem we have might be related to handling the car. The gear is hard. With the brakes, we have to keep some distance because they're hard. Also, the thing when it's getting a little cold, maybe other people don't have any problem with it, but we feel it immediately because our house on wheels is very sensitive to any weather conditions, because we're basically sleeping under a piece of fabric. And also the fact of something very simple like a tire breaking and not being able to find it easily in the market. There are no spare parts. We are writing down a journal that more or less gets published every 2 weeks, and we narrate what has been happening to us. It has a personal tone because I really like to write. I like to add my special tone to it. It is a mixture of a little bit of social criticism with some humor, some jokes, some metaphors, some literary quotes, well, and comments about what we have been doing, the people we have met, and all the madness around our journey.
And I'm making my travel diary. I write down the countries we have visited and something like that. I write down the names of the countries and the things we have done there.
We are not clear about that yet. We have learned not to make many plans because of this goddamn car. Because when we want to drive around the block, that would be a very simple plan. We might end up in any place doing anything but that. Because the car didn't turn on, we've had to ask for help. We become friends with the mechanic of the neighborhood. We end up in the house of the mechanic.
Or somebody say hi and made a sign for us to stop. We got to talking and they invite us somewhere.
So we have learned to let the wind take us away, as if we were in a boat, in a sailboat, and just let life surprise us. And maybe in any moment we will turn back home. We don't have any pretensions. Nothing's gonna change our state of mind. We might go back in the car or not. We are above all of that. It's such a pity that most people, the trend today is to live like in a bunker, closed cars, houses with a lot of security and stuff. I think people feel some kind of fear for each other. I think each person, as it is said, is a different world. Every person is a novel, and many of these novels never get written. And we need to find those people, see what pages we find in them, what quotes, what sentences, what can we take from them.
What customs, what traditions they have.
So this tour has connected us to many people, with many friends that we carry along with us in our trip, and we hope that they could visit us someday in the future. A big hello to ABC Latino. Remember, our website is Argentina for Alaska. You're welcome.